Okay, here is a 300-year-old book for your consideration. Um, Printed in London in 1715, I'm sorry, 1714. It's an interesting book. It appears to be a religious book, a guideline. It's not a Bible per se, but it's more of a guideline on how to live your life, and very interesting. You could see that the English is transitioning from the Middle Ages to modern English. A little bit difficult to read. Has several sections of the book: faith, caring for the soul, what to do if you're in despair, fear of God, trust in God, honoring God, uh, church feasts, sacraments, God's Word, all about the Lord's Supper, different treaties about certain things, certain sacraments. Um, let's see, what else do we have in here? Looks like somebody had a bookmark in here at one time. It's a really interesting book. Um, as we go through the book, you can see the different titles and thoughts on Christianity and prayer, meekness, um, diligence, how to work hard, about not drinking and temperance and how to care for your family. Let's see, what else do we have in here? How to spend your time, recreation, um, justice, influence of other people in the church, kinds of theft. It's basically a moral religious book on how to care for your family and how you integrate with your society that you live in. Uh, Stealing, lying. Let's see what else we have here. Sins of pride, um, duty to your parents. Um, let's see. Duty to children, your brethren, about friendship, servant's duty if you're a servant, uh, duty of charity. It's a really expansive book, and it's 300 years old. And here's an interesting part of this book here. It looks like somebody back 2, 3, 400 years ago, people would start to write down their family tree in Bibles, because Bibles were the most commonly printed book in the house, and books weren't as available as they were today that you could get from any library or bookstore. So people would write down information about their family and whose son was who, and somebody at some point over the last 300 years, using what looks to be a fountain pen, wrote down their family history in this book as if it were a Bible. So that's pretty interesting. That's awesome in this book. Let's see. There's prayers, specific prayers for the morning, prayers for the afternoon, prayers for the evening, prayers for the sick, for contentedness, for fear of God, um, different oaths, worships, self-examination, duties, um, prayers for certain sacraments that are in the church. Let's go through this. Um, Prayers for the sick. As you could see from the title, the English language has definitely changed, and it keeps going. And you can see that different words are spelled differently. Word order is a little bit different. And one thing that texts in the 16 1700s did was use, instead of S in certain parts of the word, they would use the Frankfurt F. So as you can see right here, selves, darkness, and that's a carryover from German, as Germany invaded England in the 1200s and really changed the English language from what looked more to be of Norse to the English language that is in use today. And this is, of course, a book displaying the end transitional period of this, where they're still using this in proper textbooks and in church books. So there you have it, 300-year-old book. Pretty good condition considering. I mean, the leather is slightly worn. The book is whole. This would be an excellent book to have in your collection, as I can safely say that not too many of these have probably survived. You know, you have the more common books by Descartes and so forth, and this seems to be a religious book that may or may have not sailed over to the New World in the 17 or 1800s. And this book is currently on sale for $400, and this would make a nice addition to your old book collection. So if interested, please contact me at my email at the bottom of this webpage. Thank you.